is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. Well, I've got a special treat for you guys. I've got HarryG. He is from Chicago, and Ugur. They are both great musicians, artists, guitarists, producers. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about their background, and let you all know what the fun stuff they've got coming very soon, right?
Yeah, very soon. That's correct.
Okay, so you guys got to go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whoever wants to go first, go.
I guess I'm Mo. He's Larry, so I'll go first. No.
Okay, fantastic. Harry, introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about your background and all the amazing things that you've done as an artist, and then you guys together can share after Ugur goes what you guys got going on.
Absolutely. Well, my background, I started off in high school music, actually. And I was influenced by my band teacher, which is Floyd Thompson, and he saw the ability in me, and he paid for my private lessons. Now, you have to understand that my parents did not agree with me playing music,
Sure.
So I had to hide my instrument. Making a long story short, I got a scholarship, and I went to college, and off of there, I spent there about a year, and from there, I went on tour. I got opportunities to go on tour, so I left and I went on tour for several years. I stopped touring for a while and then went back on tour again. Then I had the privilege of meeting other producers like Carlos Villalobos, which he's a mentor of my life in helping me engineering and also in compositions and etc. I also worked with him in some other tracks. And through him, I have met Ugur. And we became good buddies.
Yeah.
And we started working together on different projects, and we're always laughing and criticizing each other in a good way. So
that's good.
I'm very fortunate. I've actually learned how to play piano in college.
Okay.
That was a late bloomer, but it became very natural to me. And my teacher was like, "Whoa, what's going on here? You know, you're very natural." And so in college, I learned how to play piano, and I was playing trumpet and percussion and other miscellaneous instruments. And from there, I went on tour playing piano and trumpet and percussion.
Wow.
So it was very interesting that I only had 2 years of playing piano and of touring playing piano.
That's amazing.
So that was a great experience.
So you're very gifted then when it comes to music. Do you you pick up instruments easily?
Some instruments, yeah. Yeah, mostly things that have Latin rhythms because I'm Latino. So I was very fortunate to travel with Latin bands, jazz bands, gospel bands, R&B bands, alternative bands. So I was very fortunate. I traveled for 10 years of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very, yeah. So and then I got kind of burnt out and got into the kind of corporate thing, and then I'm back here again.
Sure. Back. So is this like natural for you being back in the studio? Like, is this something that you enjoy more than being on tour?
Yes, I really enjoy being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Composing, and producing, especially when I'm influenced by different producers like Carlos Villalobos. Ugur, he's a phenomenal writer and also producer. And being under their wings and learning all these little tricks and being yelled at sometimes.
Hey, that's how we grow, right? We got to take the constructive criticism to get better.
You know what? It's fun. It's fun. These guys, I love them so much. They're like brothers to me. So we have grown. All three of us call each other Musketeers,
Okay.
So it's three Musketeers. So I'm the good-looking one, and then they're the other ones. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You both are good-looking. You're not bad.
No, they're all good-looking. They're really
You're easy. You're both easy on the eyes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank God. That's all I got to say.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, you're from Turkey. So why don't you let us tell the audience a little bit about yourself and some of your background from Turkey and when you came here to the Chicagoland area.
Sure. So I started playing guitar when I was 13 years old. I learned some of the rock and metal stuff. So I was mainly a guitarist when I started playing. So after I learned the guitar, I started playing with the bands local. We had a lot of shows. And then while I was playing live, and then, making myself a better player.
Sure.
And I got into a music production, and then I started writing music. And while I was doing that, I also get into sound engineering, like, recording my own music, my guitar or my friends' tracks. In time, I find myself like more on the composing and production side than being on the stage. And that things turned out, then I started writing music for films and TV shows in Turkey, which mainstreamed on all the popular TV channels. And also did a feature movie and then a documentary, and also write music for trailers. And by end up doing that, also on the side, I was producing bands. I had my friend, a couple of my friends at the studios in Turkey. So I was working with them really close. Sometimes I produced bands, sometimes I did the mixing, or sometimes I did the mastering. So suddenly I was a guitarist, musician, composer, also sound engineer on the side, and producer. I'm like, okay. And then after that, I moved here in end of 2017, and I met with Carlos Villalobos at the panel.
Okay.
And he's a great musician. Like Harry said, he's such an amazing person. And then I met Harry through him, and then we end up getting really good friends, and decided to work on the tracks together, and everything seems good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it.
So before we get into what you guys are getting ready to do, like all the stuff you're working on, why don't you tell us like one of your favorite things throughout your journey as an artist? And I love talking to creative people because I'm a creative person, and just like, I mean, it's just so fun to create. What is one of your favorite projects that you've worked on that you are proud of? Not anything that you're getting ready, something that you've already
well, as producers and composers, we're never satisfied with our projects.
Yeah, right.
We're always picky, and I'm always reaching out to him. What do you think? And he's always reaching out to me. What do I think? I reach out to Carlos.
Sure,
what does he think? And he reaches out to me. What do you think? So we're never satisfied as artists because we're always trying to be better. We always want. We're such individuals of perfection that we sometimes ruin what we're doing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not a good thing.
Right. So that's a question we can answer. I'm so sorry. It's like,
okay.
Because we're so artistic and so critical about our projects that sometimes we don't have a favorite.
I think we can say our favorite is probably the last project we can work on. Like right now, if you work on something, we say, oh, this is our favorite thing. And then we jump on something, and then it becomes our favorite.
Yeah.
So kind of like that.
And it becomes our favorite by us, like, criticizing each other.
Yeah.
But that's good that you guys can bounce off of each other and kind of grow and bring yourselves to excellence together, because isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah, that's correct. Right. And it's good to have individuals who you're accountable to. He's accountable to me. I'm accountable to him. Also, Carlos, we always go back to him because he's like the head guy of our, of the triangle that keeps us going.
That's awesome. Well, I know. So I'm just going to highlight, like, I know for you, Harry, like when I was invited to a release party that you had, and that was the first time I actually met you, and I was blown away. Who was it that you had that you were working with at that time? Do you remember? We went to that gallery. That was like a couple of years ago. Yes.
We had a release party for a local artist named More Big, and he's actually a rapper. Okay. And I wrote this one track where it has a lot of Latin beats. And it has it's called, in our Latin culture, it's called Wahida, which is a 1, 2, 3 step kind of dance. And I put all this music together. And it's funny how it came to part, because he goes, hey, Harry, I have an idea for a song, and I have this rhythm and lyrics. So he sent me the stems of the lyrics, which is only the lyrics, and I put all the music together.
Wow.
And I sent it back to him. He goes, dude, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. So it's amazing how creativity comes into par, as we go. And now Ugur and I are working with him now and doing a track right now. It's called Bumpin' on You, which we're going to be featuring him in the video. And we're going to be recording the video actually this Sunday.
This Sunday,
yeah, this Sunday.
You need any models?
I wish I knew. Actually, we've been very fortunate. We have some key people that have been helping us get this together. influencers. Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing that word for some reason. And they're actually joining us together in this project. And we're very thankful that we got support from 90 Miles Restaurant and other individuals coming together and supporting us,
Sure.
And giving us a space and etc. So we're excited.
Sounds like it. You know, it's really amazing what can happen when you're doing things that you love and you surround yourself with people that want to support you. So that's just, I just want to honor that, what you just said, and anyone who's listening, just if you have artists that you know, support them, find people that will help them in their journey and make them become the best that they can, because it is very, I think having artists and people, gentlemen like you that are doing such great things, it's really great for our society to have that positivity and that creative flow. So, well,
Yeah,
I know
there's another thing I want to mention too. It's individuals that are also supporting us. It's also 2112.
Yeah.
They're from Knox. It's a studio where people rehearse at.
Okay.
And 2112, it's just they have offices there for publishers, attorneys, music attorneys, and etc. Websites, etc. So they're Rob and Scott. They're supporting us, and also in this video, because we're going to also film there too. So we want to thank them. We also want to thank this other restaurant called Desserts. He's a chef. He's also supporting us too. He's also giving us his facility to record some of the video also. So I just want to say I'm very blessed because, sometimes when I touch things, it's like people just come.
Yeah.
For some reason, enjoying. And I'm just very blessed by having this opportunity to do this, because if it wasn't for these individuals, I would not be able to do it effectively.
You're going to make me cry. No, that's so touching. That says a lot about you and the kind of the man that you are, and like how you've impacted people's lives. That's awesome, Harry. Like, you should be proud of that. That's huge.
Thank you.
That's huge. So I know that you guys are getting excited. You've got a couple projects. So you mentioned Lord Bink. So tell us about, you have 3 singles that you're releasing next month, correct?
Yes. One single is from Ugur. You want to talk about your single?
Yes. Tell us. We want to hear it.
So good.
Yeah, thank you. So I also work on my own tracks too, being lately focusing on my own music. So I recently released a single on Spotify called Fade Away. It's more of like an ambient, chill out kind of track. So before that, let me give you a couple examples. I wrote out kind of music before, like when I was working on the TV shows, they want something orchestral. Next day, they want something Turkish music. And next day they call us, can you do something with the clarinet? But I was always wanted to explore more of like an electronic ambient or like a hip hop and rap kind of music.
Sure.
So I made that track. It's more like a chill out kind of track. I also have a couple hip hop rap kind of stuff coming out. I can't tell more right now. It's a little secret.
We won't
planning to release in maybe a couple weeks. I'm working on with a rapper.
Celebrity rapper.
Yeah, celebrity rapper. I can't mention his name yet.
Yes.
So I'm really happy. Planning to release more music soon as I work on with the other project with the HarryG. I also have a couple film music mixing thing. I also mix for other artists or composers. I have a friend that gave me a couple gigs. I'm gonna score one feature movie score for like a film music mixing.
Very cool.
And then probably another short movie score mix again. So that's how it goes. And we have Harry's track Bumping on You.
Yes, and then we're also collaborating together on some tracks that I wrote. I wrote all the music to it and mixed it, and he's doing some tweaking on the mix and also some mastering on the tracks. So we have, as we said before, we have Bumping on You, and then I have some tracks coming out called Remembering You. It's a dance track, and a few other dance tracks, kind of an influence with house, kind of little Latin rhythms in there. I can't get away from the Latin rhythms for some reason.
Hey man, stick to what you're good with. You know what I mean? Like when you start changing directions, sometimes that can get a little convoluted. If that's what you're good at, that's your like brand. Hey, don't veer too far off of it. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's my signature in music, and I've been recognizing that a lot more as I'm writing, music. And Ugar's like, "Hey, you got Latin beats here."
All the time.
It's all the time.
You send me stuff. Yeah, it's like
some kind of Latin rhythm in there. It has to happen.
I love Latin music. Hey, I'm not complaining. So bring more of that good vibe because I'm all about it.
Yes. I'm also working on a Latin song from an artist in Puerto Rico. He's a pretty well-known artist too, and it's called "What's Up in the Club." It's a dance track. It's a club track. It sounds
like 50 Cent in the club.
Oh. What's up in the club? Yeah. So I'm excited about that track too, actually. So
that's very cool. That's very cool. So where can the audience when are these great music or these great projects going to be released?
Well, starting in March. After February, because we're working a lot of actually mixing and our collaboration sometimes takes a little time because we're doing a lot of Zoom things,
Sure.
And so probably at the beginning of March, throughout March, I think we have all together from March all the way to June. I think it's going to be about 20 songs coming out.
Holy cow! Okay, and so are all these going to be released like on Spotify, Apple? Like where are all these great projects going to be released at?
It's going to be all streaming company. Yeah. Every streaming avenue that you can link on.
So kind of like what I do.
Yes.
So I'm streaming on like 11, 12 different audio platforms. So you're going to be on Alexa too. So if someone wants to go to Alexa and say, hey, play HarryG and Lord Bink and Ugur and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's going to be on YouTube, Spotify.
Okay. Very cool.
Amazon Music, Apple.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to put like 1 million different links in this episode.
I'll be gracious and send you the links.
Yeah, send me all the links because I want to make sure we get you all the like exposure that we can. And also if you can include, when you send that to me, include all the links to the people that have been supporting you and then basically sponsoring you through this project. I think that would be great to honor them as well. But I know we talked about you sharing a little something. Do you want to share a little something with the audience?
Yeah. I'll just share a little bit of the instrumental track that we got on with Lord Bink. I don't know how it's going to sound over
on the
phone. Over the phone, but here it goes. Here. Did you notice it has 11 rhythms?
Yes, I like it. I'm ready to dance. Oh yeah, I'm digging it.
That's enough, guys.
Nice cat. Oh my gosh, so much fun. We're gonna have to do like a follow-up. Anything else you'd like to share with the audience? Plug any of your personal, professional links or what have you?
Yeah, well, we're also creating a website. It's going to be Subwoof Music, and it's going to be launching out in March also with all our tracks, as we continue to release them.
Sure.
And more of our history, what we have done, etc. So stay tuned to that. You can find me at I am HarryG. I am HarryG on Instagram. And Ugur?
My social media profiles are like my name and last name, which is UGURDARIVEREN. I know it's complicated.
Don't worry, I'll put it in the body of the description of this episode. You guys, do you have any piece of advice or wisdom for any young up-and-coming like musicians, producers, artists that you would like to share with them so that they can stick to their journey, because there are so many talented people out there in the world?
My advice to every musician coming up in this industry is don't expect a miracle overnight. No. It takes a lot of work. Yeah. And also, don't be afraid to let go of your baby. Your music is your baby. Don't be afraid to let go with it. And don't be afraid to collaborate with other people, because that's where you'll get influence, great ideas, and that's where your source of help comes from.
Yes. Love it. Ugur, do you have anything to share?
Well, like he said, don't ever lose your passion. Always follow your goals. Like he said, it's not going to happen every night. They're going to fail. They're going to success. It's a bumpy road. basically. So whatever happens, have your passion, goal, and keep trying things and evolve yourself in a better way. Collaborate with people, you know, just keep doing it, whatever happens. Sometimes we all stop making music at our lives at some point, but eventually we are creatives and we end up going back. Sure. So whatever happens, sometimes you got to take breaks and that's okay. So whatever happens, keep follow what's your passion and make it happen.
Woo!
Yes. One of the other things I want to say is very important. Educate yourself in the music business, please.
Exactly. This is something really important.
It's really important. If you don't educate yourself, you're going to fail because people will take advantage of you and you're just going to lose what you have. Yeah. Please educate yourself. And I just thank, again, Carlos Villalobos. He's always sending us texts about everything that's going on in the music market and the biz and everything. And we sit there and we have to read all this and get back to him, you know? Yeah. So please educate yourself. So.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. I am super pumped to hear your new releases. So I'll be keeping an eye on you, and we're going to have to do a follow-up maybe in the summertime to like get an update on how everything's going. But you guys, thanks again for being on my podcast today.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It's an honor. Really.
You are so welcome. This is so great. But you guys, this is your host, Deanna Kuempel of Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will be back soon with some more dynamic guests. Have a great day.
Yes.